Marvel fans, we have some insane news today because multiple scenes from Spider-Man Brand New Day just leaked online. Plus, we have great news about the new X-Men reboot film, Avengers Secret Wars, and a brand new animated Spider-Man film just got officially announced. Let's talk about it all. So first of all, a new animated Venom film is officially in the works. We know that the same directors from Final Destination Bloodlines will be directing this film, and that Tom Hardy is involved in some capacity. I imagine more as like a producer since he's so heavily connected to the live-action Venom movies. I don't think he's going to be reprising his role in this. And the rumor going around is that this is actually going to be an R-rated movie as well, which would be absolutely insane. But I'm just hoping Sony's not learning the wrong lessons from the failure of their villain universe and the success of their Spider-Verse movies. Like, do not just give us another solo Venom movie that just animated without the same effort or level of detail put into the Spider-Verse films and expect it's going to be some massive hit. We'll get to the Spider-Man leaks shortly, but we also got some new official X-Men news and info on how this is going to tie into the next Avengers movies. Let me explain. Because Marvel Studios has officially filed the paperwork to be able to film the new X-Men film in the United Kingdom later this year. Now, there's not an official timeline set here, but it could be any time between May through the end of the year, really, which means the new X-Men film is going to be filming at the same time as Avengers Secret Wars or immediately after, because Avengers Secret Wars is also starting this summer, which I think makes it very likely that we might get this new X-Men film before Avengers Secret Wars next year in 2027. Marvel is clearly trying to replicate exactly what they did with Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. These films were both massive successes, but more importantly, those two films being so successful gave massive boost to the things they released in between Infinity War and Endgame. Like Captain Marvel made $1.1 billion because everybody knew, oh, she's going to be in Endgame, we have to go and see this movie. Well, as of right now, Marvel has nothing scheduled in between Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, which seems like they're just leaving money on the table. If there's only one movie we know that's starting production soon, it's this next X-Men film. And the formula is kind of already there. We pretty much know Sadie Sink's going to be playing Jean Grey, and I'll get to the leaks that even confirm this further later in this video with Spider-Man Brand New Day. But literally Deadline themselves, one of the most official sources out there for movie news, have confirmed she's going to be returning in Avengers Secret Wars. We're going to be seeing this new X-Men cast in Secret Wars. The X-Men are already an incredibly popular franchise. Putting out a new version of this team that feels like a must-watch before the next Avengers film would absolutely print money at the box office. But yes, it would have to be a very quick turnaround from when they start filming this film to releasing it, but even though with things like Thunderbolts last year, that movie started filming in February 2024 and released just over a year later in May 2025, Marvel can do this when they want to. If not, this is guaranteed to then be the first follow-up movie we get after Avengers Secret Wars, probably in May of 2028. But we also have some other X-Men news. We now know that officially Kasra Farahani, who worked on Loki and the Fantastic Four First Steps, will be the production designer for this new X-Men film, and those movies both have a very unique visual identity, and honestly the sets are really impressive, so this is a good sign. Now, the writer is Michael Leslie, which is not such a good sign. He doesn't have the most impressive resume you've ever seen. Things like the new Now You See Me, Now You Don't movie from last year, Assassin's Creed, the Hunger Games prequel was fine, definitely not the greatest thing I've ever seen though. But let's finally get to the crazy Spider-Man scene leaks, because we got a couple of these things to get into. This all comes from Daniel RPK, and I will be fact-checking him when the movie comes out. If these aren't in here, I'm never trusting him again. But the first one he says is that Peter Parker will reportedly be so badly injured in Spider-Man Brand New Day that then the Punisher comes and saves him, bringing him to Claire Temple to treat his wounds. And if you're unaware who that is, she's the girl in the picture on the top right here who is obviously played by Rosario Dawson in the Daredevil Netflix series. The rumor is that she's going to possibly be returning in Daredevil Born Again season 2 or 3 if she's not in this next season. Not only does the scene on its own sound insane, like I could see this happening pretty early on in the movie. Maybe Spider-Man gets into a fight with a hand or something, underestimates them and gets absolutely destroyed, but it really shows that Marvel is going all in on the Netflix universe and bringing them all back. We know Jessica Jones is coming back in the new Daredevil Born Again season, and they're really just messing with us. Like, yes, we've seen Matt Murdock meet Peter Parker before, but we need to see Spider-Man and Daredevil fully team up in the MCU. It's going to be absolutely insane when this finally happens, and I think it's going to happen sooner than later. Another scene he described is that Sadie Sink's character will reportedly have a close relationship with the Punisher in Spider-Man Brand New Day, and that she's also going to have a mind control scene where she controls Liza Clone Zayas' character during a fight sequence involving tanks. We still don't know who Liza Clone Zayas' character is in this. A lot of people are assuming she's going to be Rio Morales', obviously Miles Morales' mother, even though we're probably not going to see Miles in this film. We might see her in some capacity. That's the only rumor out there right now. We have no clue otherwise who she might be. Like I said, we kind of already knew at this point that she's going to be Jean Grey, but her having a mind control scene is basically all the proof we really need. What's really interesting here is I think this clues us in on Punisher's role in the movie, and maybe he's going to be trying to protect her from the Department of Damage Control that is hunting down these mutants in the MCU. And we're not even done with the Spider-Man leaks yet, because according to Daniel RPK and other insiders I've seen have backed up the same claim, Peter Parker is going to have have a blonde neighbor in the movie, which everybody, of course, jumps to the conclusion, oh my God, it's Gwen Stacy. Honestly, there's so many other Marvel characters in this movie that I feel like they're not going to try to shove in a Gwen Stacy storyline as well. Like she's either just going to be a super background character to tease her for the future, or just like a new original character they create to be like a little interesting side character and neighbor and nothing more. It could also be the MCU version of Betty Brant. You have to remember she is blonde in the MCU. Like she could just be neighboring next to Peter Parker. Switching gears a little bit, we got a new report that's kind of interesting here that apparently Steve Rogers was planned to appear in a post-credit scene of the Fantastic Four First Steps before getting cut from the movie. They don't even know if the scene was ever filmed or not, but honestly, I think the trailer we got with Steve holding the baby was probably likely planned to be a post-credit scene, and they decided, hey, let's hold back, just show Doom holding his mask in the Fantastic Four, and then release this as a trailer, which obviously worked very well for them. We also got some crazy leaked images showing us the costumes of every character in Avengers Doomsday, including Doctor Doom himself. If you want to see that, click the video above my head, and thank you for watching.